today's walk, we're just on a, it's, what is it, the old line into Chopwell?
It's a line from like Chopwell to the Spen, really, isn't it?
Aye.
It's from Chopwell through to the Spen. But we've come on from like Chopwell side.
Aye, because you've got chopwellwoods in front of it, and it was like an old mining place about 100 years ago, wasn't it?
Well, the north it was all mining places, a little village.
Aye. They forested the whole lot afterwards.
This was part of the coal
The original track.
tracks,
Aye.
but we're coming on it from Chopwell
Aye.
through to the Spen. There's no coal truck up. Right, where the now maybe about a mile up there.
Aye.
They put it there about it was 10, 15 years ago.
Aye.
Put a couple of rails down and a couple of tracks down and put a coal truck there.
Aye.
And just like a piece of history really. But we'll have a bit of walk and see.
Aye, we're going further down and see what we're going to see. Aye. We've just come down off the path up there because there was a bit of a footpath leading down into here. And down at the bottom here there's a tunnel leading under the line, the walkway. And it got right through into the other side there. It's something to do with the old railway.
Well, this doesn't look like an actual stream because it looks all cobbles.
Aye, it's...
So it's been made like a drainage.
Aye, if all these leaves were cleaned up you can see all the stonework.
Let's see.
Aye.
It's a bit too late in the year for it to be fine out in tunnels anyhow, isn't it?
Aye.
The
The tunnel's a bit small to get through, otherwise it would have been worth having a look. Bits of old pipes up there now, just on the bank side. But it's just something interesting. I'll climb back up. Or I'll see if I can climb back up without slipping. I'll give you a view from the top. A few old bits, big bits of stonework there. That's it there, you can see the path going on down and just looked interesting. Bit of a path on this side as well. Must get people exploring the little tunnel. Going in one side and coming in the other. Cobbles must lead down to there. Right, back to the path. Got a bit of a clearing here and there's... actually looks quite nice. Bit of a fork in the path that leads all the way down there. Well, a bit of a fork in the road. There's a footpath there, you can see the old post where probably had the trail markers on it. Someone smashed them off. Public footpath because it leads into the field, there's a stile there. Bikers coming along the path. Which is sort of into the middle of the top end of Chopwell, won't we? And this is...
This is old coal trucks.
Aye, they've left it here for
It's
sort
just
of
like
remembrance thing, isn't it? Aye.
These, wait, I remember my father used to tell us I had my uncle, well, he would have been my great uncle.
Aye.
Uncle, he used to work, and I fill in these.
Aye.
And he used to actually fill them by hand.
Aye.
I didn't have these to get paid for that fill. I used to take them in hands, and I'd probably just one would take a lot filling that by hand.
Do not climb on trucks. I think people will climb on Dill and Top internal use, don't they? I'll get back a bit because there's some big nasty puddles in that.
You'd get a few ton of coal in one of them, I'd imagine, wouldn't you?
I told you.
That's the way the truck of, that's how much you'd get anyway. It's got
9.75 tonne. It's actually someone's wrote Tony on that one. Tear 9 3/4 tonne.
That, I wonder if that's what it holds.
Aye.
And we are.
See, now that says 20 tonne there, doesn't it?
What it is.
Aye.
Do not claim
Danger. Overhead light.
Overhead wires.
Ah.
Where's the wires then?
I'm looking up, there's no there.
Unless it's been somewhere else at one point, eh?
Aye. Wherever they've kept it, not to refurbish it and stuff like that. There's actually a way into them, you know, through the bottom. It's because I was up here the other year when Kimberly and the kids, and Reese actually climbed into it.
So that when my father used to have an old picture now, when I was on book, my uncle working these.
Aye.
Shovels, you know, they used to be like 2 foot long. Now the shovel bit itself,
Aye.
huge shovel heads.
See, I see, that's Concert Iron Company. It's written on the side there. They must have come from the steelworks, these ones.
I wonder how much you would get for it if you weighed it in.
That's a good few ton there. Aye. Oh, that's probably what that is, 20 ton.
Well, that's what I was wondering. If
Aye.
the truck weighs that off, that's how much it holds.
Aye.
You know what I mean? Does it hold 20 ton of coal, or does the truck weigh 20 ton?
Aye.
I wouldn't have, would you think? Well, it's solid, thick steel.
Wait,
So
tear 9 3/4 ton. Does that not mean that like the tear might be the I don't know. Like one of them will mean one or the other. Like aye. I just can't remember what tear means. You know, like in the olden days language. But never mind. We're going a bit further up.
it's feeding.
Oh, aye, just on the tree stump, you can just see it. It's a little squirrel. Grey squirrel there.
So that's what it's saying. It's sitting feeding in it.
Aye, because there's a lot of beech there, isn't there? That's what it's...
The beech nuts aren't eat yet, though. They're more later in the year now, like September, October.
Aye.
So I don't know what it'll feed on. And the beech is the way that doesn't, like I said, they don't start dropping off till like the back end of September.
It's not something you see every day. I mean...
It'd be nice to see the little red ones though, wouldn't it?
Aye.
But
People will be used to the grey squirrels now doing south and that. But up here, they're a bit more timid and shy up here, aren't they?
You still see a lot of them though. The little reds, what we used to see, you used to hardly see them in the... Well, you just didn't see them at all, did you?
No. But doing south, people feed them. Now the greys and they come read up and take stuff with your hands and that. But up here, you just didn't see that, where it's only sitting... It's about 20 foot away from
normally, as soon as you come across one, they're off through the trees,
they're away,
aren't
aye. So I don't know what I don't know if someone's put a bit of food on there.
Because, like I say, the hazelnuts and the
It's eating some white.
beech nuts, like I say, they're on ready for another 2 or 3 months.
Aye.
So, that's what it looks like, white. It must have been what somebody put in. Or it's fun, isn't it? What somebody's dropped there.
And it's took it to a safe point and just sitting eating it.
I'm surprised it hasn't done a bung like it.
Aye, and normally it would be away. Yeah, it's away now.
It's gone there now.
It's on the bottom of the tree.
So we'll leave it then.
It's heard the dog and it's away now. Still see it. Sitting on a branch, it's still got somebody in its arms. Well, that's a nice little bit of video, I suppose. Huh? Didn't even say it was sitting there nice and quiet. I would just come a little bit further along the path from where we've just seen the squirrel there. About 100 yards along. You've got this old bridge here. Bit of a tunnel under it.
It's a bit of a cobble road what
runs across the top.
Of there.
We'll walk around onto there like in a minute. But under here, I did get told that you do get bats in the cracks of these.
There probably would be, because it's... Well, there will be like empty space in between them, where they built arch. There'll be big gaps in between, so there probably still will be.
Because the gaps are big enough for the bats, right?
Oh yeah, easy enough.
And that's probably why they've left all these gaps. Because bats are protected these days, aren't they? So they're not allowed to. I'm just having a look to see if I can. Cannot see now, like. I'll just get a bit further out and then have a quick look at them. You turn back to it. Look at it from this side.
So same with more the spender. We came from Chopwell, and this is kind of like now the spender. The golf course is just
Further up ahead.
20 yards.
Aye.
On the,
Might as well.
it's not Cal High Spend golf course. It's Garsfield golf course.
Ah, it's part of Garsfield because it leads all the way down into Garsfield, doesn't it? But it's
I would say it's more from the Spend to Chopwell.
Aye, it is. Well, that's where the actual the main club itself is, up on the top of Chopwell Road, isn't it?
Feels like
Garsfield is another 4 mile away.
never understood why it's held that way.
But just as we're coming down through here, there's, I think that's one of the golf course holes at the bottom there. In that field, that's just a meadow on that side. We'll probably walk a couple of miles or something.
I
think,
it's a line. It's a mile and a half.
Aye. I can see someone playing golf down through the trees. I just thought I would leave the camera on just so we can see. This was blocked at one time, wasn't it?
Aye.
To stop people from getting along.
I think it's a bit further along. There's actually still a gate, I think.
Ah, the big metal fence. But it looks like it has been at one time because there's the old posts on both sides. But that's one of the golf holes down there. Hard to see. We've just come to the end of the path here, and we've turned back because we're at the end. And I'll put the camera back on if I see anything else decent in the wood when we're walking along. There's a lot of beech down this end of the trails, the wood. As you can see there, you can just see straight through. I've just put the camera back on there. I've just heard an owl down through the wood. Let's see if it calls one more.
Used to be a big old tree just cut off this bridge where there wasn't owls in it, but it's gone now.
It's strange to hear them through the day.
Nice. Unusual.
We've just walked around on top of that bridge where I was on there before.
What's that, a sparrow hole?
That's all.
That there? Is that the owl?
The Max screeching along.
I know the Max screeching, but I thought...
Aye. It made a bit of a hoot at the same time. Not much of a one like, but that seemed up there. And I heard one down there. They must have been counting each other, unless there could be young birds. Do you know like how they'll be reaching the adult stage, you know? They'll be a few months old now, wouldn't they?
Wait, they lay their eggs early March, so
aye, they'll be quite big, the young ones.
A few months,
I would just thought I'd put the camera on just for have a look at this.
That truck wall looking at us, is it?
Aye.
It was operated by the Considine Company. Chopwell until 19, so it was run to 1947.
Oh. Oh, they bought the 2 core wagons. Well, they brought them to the wood. The friends of Chopwell Wood. It's a bit of a contrast to what it used to be, man.
It really was.
Chopwell Colliery at the bottom there.
Is that where we came in, sort of?
It must have been.
One pit was opened in
Is this, is this the bridge?
closed 1960. It is, huh? It is, huh? It's a bridge. Sure it is.
Ah, it's got the arches
Well,
on,
it
on the
definitely is.
sides.
You can tell by that bin now.
Ah, the square on the top and the arches on the side.
Right.
Ah, this is
To transport 3,000 tonnes of coal daily. The chopwell to high span. The bridge was built in 1894.
ah, that's some years, that mind for. You can hear a lot of flies. Because there's a ton of horse shit on the path here. Really stood in it when I stood back. Now a bit more interesting history. Ah, it is that bridge, huh?
It says there now it's like the only one of its kind left.
Aye? What's that, the bridges?
The bridge, aye.
Huh? Oh, back along.
Aye.